Hi, my name is Ross Trachtenberg, and I am coming to you with Figure It Out Baseball. I'm one of the assistant coaches at Westchester University, and I want to spend some time talking about managing playing time. When you have your full season conclude and you have your end of season meetings, what my goal has always been with those is that players are always understanding of the playing time they received. They may not be happy with it, they may have wanted more, but they understand the number of at-bats they had, they understand the number of innings they pitched. And that comes from spending a great deal of time leading up to the season and during the season communicating individually with each player. We want them to understand their role, what they bring to that certain team in that certain time frame. Players may not be happy with that position. They want to be a starter. They want to be the first reliever out of the bullpen. I think what's important as a coach is to indicate to them what they need to do to get to that point. What do they need to show in practice? You need to show that you can locate your curveball on a consistent basis in practice for us to have confidence with you. And have that honest conversation with the player so that they understand they need to be able to show that in practice. Same goes for a hitter. You need to be able to show you can hit a certain velocity off of a pitching machine or in a practice setting to give the coach confidence to put you into games. Giving the player a direct route, a direct plan, rather than saying, well, just start doing better or keep trying hard, you'll get there. Give them specific nuggets to really take to heart and to focus on. And if they do those things, it's your job as a coach to reward them. And that may not end up being with playing time in a game situation. It just might be an increased role in a practice setting. And that eventually could turn into low pressure situations in a game and hopefully allows that player to develop. In keeping with communication, depending on the level of your player and the involvement of the parents, many times parents do have these questions too of why isn't my son or daughter playing? Why isn't he or she getting the playing time that she deserves? Oftentimes it's fine with me for that parent to be involved in the conversation, but the player themselves needs to be there. And it would be a very consistent message to the parent about what you're telling the child, to the player. We want to make sure that everybody's really on the same page because, again, the conversation that might be happening and taking place between the parent and the child may not be the same between you and the child. So again, my suggestion is don't push the parents away. It's to bring them into the conversation because they can be another positive voice and understand what it's going to take to get onto the field. Now in our position as college coaches, we try and do that even earlier than when they're on the team, but really during the recruiting process so that they understand what they need to do before they get to campus to be a major contributor in their first year, hopefully. The other item to consider is when do these conversations happen? Oftentimes it's right after a game, being a win or a loss, that a player might approach the coach about playing time. Generally, that's not going to be the best time to have a conversation because emotions are running high after the game. That's a great time to tell the player, let's have a really good conversation, but we're going to table it until next time, until the next day. Whether that's on the phone or in person at the next practice, I think it's important to give yourself a chance to decompress after a game as the coach and also allow the player to do so as well. Having the right time for that conversation is important, and that goes for those conversations with the parent as well, and almost plan them out as a meeting. So again, these are some tips in terms of how to help manage playing time, how to keep players happy and engaged, and I think it's giving each player a really deep understanding of their role on the team and what they can do if they want to change their role, and helping them understand that they really control their playing time. It's not the coach. The coaches do try and win games by putting the best players on the field, so helping that player improve their game, improve their skill sets is going to give them a chance to get on the field. Again, I'm Ross Trachtenberg with Figure It Out Baseball. Look forward to seeing you soon.